Sometimes it's just so easy to be fed up with the state of humanity, the government, the U.S. government, and society, and all those things, basically spurred on by the Terminator Genesis trailer, that sort of new interpretation of that old 70s classic, I'd love to change the world, but I don't know what to do. And there's lyrics in that song I was recollecting back on where they were saying, tax the rich, feed the poor. And it just struck me, this song was out in the 70s, and in 2014, going on 2015, in a matter of weeks as of the time of this recording, and it's the same old problem. I made a video not too long ago where I was talking about the percentages of homeless to all the vacant homes in the United States. There are at least 3 vacant homes for every single homeless person, male, female, child, all that kind of stuff in our country. And it really hit home today because when I recorded that video, I was talking about how these home improvement shows are our entertainment, and how I wish I had lotto millions to be able to refurbish a vacant Kmart in our town and turn it into a shelter because of all the homeless, and how our county is trying to make it illegal to feed homeless unless you have permits or this, that, or the other thing. You can't help people. There was an old guy, 90 years old, was arrested for feeding the homeless without permits or legality to do so, without permission to do so, making it illegal to help those in need, that kind of stuff. And I found out today one of the gentlemen who was homeless that I met at our local bus depot just a matter of weeks ago, and spurred on by making that video talking about wanting to get people out of the deadly heat of the summer and out of the freezing cold of the winter as a cold front was setting in. Found out the gentleman died in the last week because he had to sleep out in the cold. He had caught pneumonia, had a couple of strokes, and 1-2 punch, they both did him in. And, it's like, what's it going to take? What's it going to take for us to wake up? We keep electing the same kinds of people, the same 2 or 3 different selections we ever get, It's always the same carbon copy, ass-backwardsness mentalities of these government cronies who want to give all kinds of pay cuts and exemptions to the rich, who want to basically make the lower middle class and basically impoverished, pay through the nose for everything, take away the, as they see it, lazy body handouts and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, I don't agree with the people who talk about a revolution, a sort of pseudo-civil war reenactment where we take down the government with arms, take up arms, take down the government, and the militant militia, militarized police and all this stuff. I don't believe we need to, basically side with violence to get some changes made, but I am starting to believe that we have to basically deadleg the government and start from scratch, get these people out of there, because it's just the same thing again and again. It's an endless cycle. We're circling the drain, and it's like, how are we ever going to wake up? How are we ever going to make this stop? It's just getting worse and worse for those who have nothing. We are being basically, peg-holed into the same little stringent boxes from our birth to work our asses off, bend backwards for the bare necessities, water and food. I can understand if you're getting, luxuries like Pop-Tarts or toys or action figures, collectibles, movies on DVD and stuff like that. But for food and for water, for shelter, and we have to be bending over backwards for these bare essentials. I don't understand this world. I don't understand it anymore.